Virgie. I like Virgie, but why the fuck is Virgie? All right, let's send Ralph the link. Now, Ralph, you're sure I can't get in trouble for having you on? I mean, like with YouTube and shit. All right. Oh, yeah, because he's been on Chrissy's show, hasn't he? There, I sent Ralph the link. Alex Stein has the link. Jesse from PodAwful wants the link. We'll see how much time we have today. Jesse's going to be a fucking probing interview. He's going to go in there and do his fucking his deranged Mitch Hedberg Geraldo Rivera impression. I don't know if I'm ready for Jesse today. All right, let's bring him on. Ethan Ralph, host of the Kill Stream. Ethan Ralph here for the second time. What's going on, buddy?
What's up, man? How's it going?
Well, I've had better days. I
can imagine that you probably have.
Yeah, it's I know I was talking to Alex Stein yesterday, and he goes, "Oh man, this is so good for your channel. You're like the Rekieta eyewitness guy of record." I'm like, "Oh, fucking good. I'm so happy that this is how I could, pop a fucking number." Wonderful.
Well, it has been working, though. I have to say, your numbers are up.
You and Alex are both pieces of shit for that. No, I get it. No, I understand. We were just talking to Vito, and I know Dick Masterson was getting Nick's back after the stream. Not after he got arrested, in fairness, but after the horrifying fucking disaster stream. And you were being loyal. You were being relative. I don't know, fully supportive of Nick, but supportive. What's your thoughts after all this now from yesterday?
Well, I don't know if you saw the kill stream last night, but I wouldn't call that supportive.
Right. No, what I'm saying is I didn't know from yesterday.
I mean, yeah, I've been trying to run defense for him for months, basically taking the opposite side, the contrarian opinion of a lot of people. A lot of my enemies basically were against him, so I was taking his side. I was talking to him in private as well, trying to get him on the show. I told him the best thing he could do. Actually, during his 45-minute bathroom break, he messaged me and he said, "Yeah, I'm ready to take bookings," and all of his typing was all like fucked up, and he could barely legible because he was fucked up, obviously. And then the next morning he woke up. I thought it was funny when he was going off on Medicare because I don't like Medicare, and so I thought that part was funny. And then he's like, "Oh no, I like Jim." And then I said, "Look, Nick, the best thing you could do is come on the kill stream sober. Come on the kill stream sober. Right. Just lay everything out on the table, everything. Be honest, and then move on." And I meant stay sober, at least on air, for God's sake. You know what I mean? Now I've stayed sober completely, but and that would take a lot of the steam out of the A-loggery, right? If you would just stay sober, a lot of these people would find something better to do. And he left me on red. Actually got April's phone number yesterday as well. And I was going to try to get her on the show even, and it went straight to voicemail. Now I know why now, because she was in jail.
Well, yeah. And not only that, April wanted nothing to do with, the internet anymore. I let her, I let her, I let her, stop doing well, not let her, but I was like, maybe, because she was breaking down from people starting drug rumors about her, but there's nothing I can do. I ran protection for everybody. I denied that anybody was on drugs. I said, ban people in the chat for saying these folks are, doing this, that, and the other thing. The problem was she made it very difficult because she'd show up on stream clearly on something, and, we'd have arguments about it and everything else. And then, she's like, "Well, I just want off of the internet completely." And I'm like, "Well, you've been doing a show for 3 years. You can't just David Letterman can't just be like, 'Well, I stopped doing my show. Everybody stopped talking about me.'" And it all just became such a mess and too big for me to try.
So she would come on the show on cocaine? Is that what you're saying?
I am not going to say she ever came on the show on cocaine. I will say she came on the show visibly impaired. And it was
on a substance,
on some sort of influential substance. But we would have a conversation about it off the air. It did not go well. It was, look, it's everybody's heard stories about what it's like to talk to people when you think they have a problem and they don't.
The person has to want to get sober. And I'm speaking from experience, if you don't want it, it doesn't matter how many people are telling you to get sober. It's not going to happen. Right. And, I tried to give Nick that advice. He strung me along. I guess he was strung out for 6 months too. But he strung me along on an interview and, it never happened. And now he's in jail. So
I will say this. I talked to him numerous times about, there were times where I was concerned, and I told him, I go, maybe scale this shit back a little bit, blah, blah, blah. Nick has an innate ability to tell you, what he's read online and why it's fine, and he'll quote you chapter and verse that you can actually do this much, and it helps you handle stress to this degree, and it works almost like ADHD medication. You're just like, you hear enough where you're like, oh, this motherfucker, he just doesn't want any help.
Well, cocaine's a hell of a drug, as they say.
I've heard that. Yeah.
And the more you use it, the worse it becomes for you because it destroys your nervous system, actually. And so if you have long-term cocaine usage, it's diminishing returns. So when you first start out using cocaine, it's great. And you love it, but the longer you do it, the more it fucks you up. It makes you paranoid. It starts like that tremor action he was having and stuff. Yeah. That's a symptom of long-term cocaine use.
Well, I brought that up. I brought up the shaking, like his hands when we were out anywhere, like the hands would shake. And I said, dude, is that okay? And again, he'd go like, well, I have some kind of condition where this happens or this happens. I'm like, okay. I mean, again, when you ask people something, you press them on it and they give you an answer. I mean, what do you do?
Yeah, well, I mean, right. You can't make somebody stop doing drugs.
This is honestly, Ralph, this is the best thing for him.
Oh, and by the way, I see Jesse in the chat, and he can eat a bag of dicks. Is what he can do.
I mean, if he wants
the yawns. Well, I brought the money yesterday because I made $1,000. So they weren't yawning while they were watching the kill stream. When have you ever made $1,000 in a stream, Jesse? Yeah, I don't think that's ever happened, buddy. And I don't think you ever had the number of viewers I had last night.
Do you now? I'll ask. Would you like to talk to Jesse or no?
No.
Okay. I gotta throw it out there.
No, I wouldn't. I don't associate with Jesse at all.
Now, what do you like I just said? I think this is the best thing for him. In talking, I've been friends with him. I was friends with him for about 6 months, and I will say that I don't think anything but this would have gotten through. And I feel the same way about April too. I think her and Nick. I don't think anything would have gotten through other than this.
Now, there was a lot of speculation that you were the one who snitched them out, basically. Yeah,
I kept seeing that. What we found out, we got the report. It was a mandatory report.
I put the report out on Twitter just now. And so that's been released, and supposedly somebody close to the Rekietas, and they went up and said suspected child abuse.
I have a theory. My theory on that is, Nick recently, the school that his children go to, he was teaching there, and they wouldn't let him anymore. They watched his stream. They said, we'd rather you didn't. You weren't associated. And then I think they were probably keeping an eye on him, and I think they saw that. And yeah, I think that probably was somebody just went and reported it.
By the way, Jesse said the sector's dead. Doesn't seem so dead, brother. I had 800-900 people watching me last night. Made
sector does, yeah. The sector does seem pretty strong.
Doesn't seem so dead. It doesn't seem so dead. So I would have to disagree with that strongly, Jesse. You tried to kill it off, but you failed. Like you failed at being funny, and you suck. So, and people want me to host a Jesse Mersh Blood Sports. I don't want anything to do.
Really, you wouldn't?
Jesse, his MO is to infiltrate a community or a group and basically try to destroy it from within. And so my advice would be not to fuck with him, but that's up to you. you, of course, but he's a snake and a rat, and that's his whole goal, is to destroy people's business, basically.
Let me tell you something right now. I'll fuck Jesse up. No, I'm just, I fucking care. What do you? So you and I, we've been talking a little bit. Not too terrible, not a lot, but a little in the last few days and whatnot. And you're here. I'm glad I could have you on because I felt bad. I won't say whom, but I had two bookings at once, and you were one of them. And I really wanted to make it up to you somehow that we couldn't kind of do it the way that maybe you wanted to. So I hope having you on today is yeah,
and I'm hoping we can still do the Tuesday.
I will. No, I'll still do the Tuesday.
But yeah, I'm glad I got to talk to you before those clowns, I'll say, on YouTube. I'll use another word if I was on Rumble. Got a chance to. So I do appreciate you bringing me on. Now there are some other questions that I had for you. I don't know if how frank you want to be.
I can't believe people have questions for me. I don't understand it. I'm joking, buddy. Go ahead.
I know you are. Was there actual swinging activity going on there? Did you guys trade partners, or
were we doing the swinger kind of community thing? No, I can say no.
Okay. So was she, now I don't know if you know this, she went to go live with them, obviously, part of the drug bust. Were they having a three-way relationship? Were they involved in that?
Was, look, I mean, and as time goes on, I'll reveal more. Now's maybe not the time with what they're going through and everything, but, no, there wasn't a relationship or anything like that, but, we were all really close. We were all very, very close. And, it's unfortunate the way it all ended up, but yeah, we were very close friends. And, that's where I'm going to go for now.
Okay. So you're denying the swinging rumors.
I am.
All right. Now, what was the final falling out? Was it over the drugs and you telling her to stop doing cocaine, or
it was the fact, it was really, I've been saying one went one way, one went this way. I have 3 children, and
right.
I had been talking about, guys, let's cut this out. Guys, let's stop. There was some headway with Kayla in talking about stopping, and there was interest there, and I, did what I could. But eventually it just became the kids didn't like being there. I didn't like being there anymore. And it just came to the point where when you have 3 kids, you got to listen to them and you got to go their way. And if it becomes a thing, it kind of became an either or sort of thing. And I picked the road.
Now, is it true that your ex-wife got a restraining order against April where she couldn't be around your kids?
No, not where she couldn't be around the kids, just not transporting them.
Okay. Yeah. So that's a little bit different than what I'd heard.
No, she could be around the kids.
Okay, because if she couldn't be around them, then that would explain the divorce completely, right? Because you want to see your kids, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I had heard. So it's not necessarily as salacious as it's been made out to be, then, according to you.
There are things that
as far as you know, at least, right?
I'll put it this way. There are things I know and things I've certainly, I haven't said everything that I've done. I haven't said everything that, anyone's done, but that I will eventually. I just don't think now. And sorry, I know it's a total bitch move, but the situation they're in now, they don't need me piling on with certain things.
Well, that sounds kind of like there was something going on there, but you're just not going to pile on with that, right?
Did I don't believe I said anything was going on.
You didn't say that, but you seem to intimate that, right?
I unequivocally denied everything you asked me.
Okay.
In the way you asked
it. At one point, you may reveal more. So is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying any of it's related to any questions you asked me. I'm saying in the
now you're sounding like a lawyer.
I learned from the I learned from the best.
Than Rekieta,
I can tell you this: I would show up for traffic court.
Now, I've also seen that they're apparently not on the docket for today.
Yeah, that means if that's true, then they're not going to be out until at least Tuesday.
Tuesday because of Memorial Day, yeah. And they don't have bail hearings on the weekends. So they're going to be in jail until Tuesday. I would expect them to get bail. What do you think? I heard you talking about bailing her out. Now, a $10,000 bail, I know a little bit about how bail works.
Really, Ethan?
Really, yeah, I know. So a $10,000 bail, you would have to pay $1,000 and basically just forfeit that $1,000. And it wouldn't be the full 10 grand. You would just pay $1,000 and then she would get out of jail. What are your thoughts on that? I certainly would not.
Well, here I've talked to a lot of people I respect, and the advice is 50-50. It's 50% what you've said. I know I talked to Jim Florentine yesterday. He said, bail her out and then be done. He goes, just do one last kind move and then be done. Some other people have said that. Others have said what you said. You said, hey, she made her bed. You confronted her on addiction. She spat in your face. Fuck it. Move on. I get that too. I've got until Tuesday to kind of mull that over.
Yeah, you have some time to think about it, for sure. Now, is there any thought of reconciliation?
Can't. I mean, I got too much. I mean, the amount of support from family and friends that I've gotten with, in the last 6 weeks, and, the way the kids, in talking to the kids about how they feel. And obviously I'm not going to tell 3 small children the exact details of everything, but
sure.
I can't hide this from them. Obviously they're going to, they probably have found out. I talked to my ex-wife yesterday, and we got to figure out how to talk to them about this together. But the kids got to come first, and I don't. Even if there was interest from me in a reconciliation, or even interest from her in reconciliation, which I don't know, the kids are a different story altogether, and that doesn't seem to be a bridge they're willing to cross at this point.
Now, you seem to, say you've gotten closer to your ex-wife. I don't know the situation there. Any thoughts of reconciliation there?
She's married with a couple more kids.
okay.
Ralph, I'm starting to find out. You may not know this. I'm starting to find out I may have been the problem.
Well, I'm legally not allowed to comment on certain things. But I understand that sentiment for sure. And I see some brain dead Jesse fans in the chat. Ralph's being boring. No, I'm just trying to get the facts out there. They're all about bullshit. They're all about kayfabe and trying to make you look like an idiot. I'm just trying to get the facts of the matter out there. If I wanted to come on here and clown on you, I could definitely do that. But that's not what I was.
Wait a minute, Ralph. When have I kayfabed any of the questions you've asked me?
You haven't. That's what I'm saying. But I didn't come on here to do a clown interview.
It was a joke. Hey, Ralph, it was a joke. I may or may not have. I mean, look, there's things I can say. There's things I can't at the moment.
Well, I mean, that one answer, I think, said it all. Really, we're all human. We all gravitate towards things we may feel like we want at the time. What do you
feel?
I mean, you seem like you do feel sorry for her, though.
Feel sorry for all of them, man. I really do. Nick, a little less so, just because of the interactions I've had with Nick about addiction and all this stuff, and his role in it. Also, because I think he's shown a lot of arrogance when asked about being an alcoholic or an addict, and it's hard to feel as sorry. Also, with my current legal wife, or no, I guess what's the word I used? Estranged wife.
Estranged wife is the word.
With my estranged wife, she's shown quite a bit of arrogance as well. So that there's a lot of mixed feelings on that. Kayla, really, I'm having a tough time with, because I had a lot of conversations with her about not doing this and the desire to stop doing this, and there's a difference between wanting to stop and then having a plan to stop. And it always stopped at, with her, it always stopped at wanting to stop. And it couldn't go into the next gear from there, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I read somewhere that I guess this was from one of your appearances somewhere that you said that she had told you that they were done after this stash was gone and they were going to quit. And then the next message was they got some more shit, basically. Yeah. Is that accurate?
Yeah, she said we're done after this one, and then apparently she got outvoted. That's it's not the way it worked out.
You know, I've met,
and I think it was, and what really sucks. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but what really sucks about it is I believe that was the refill that they probably got caught with this time. So if Kayla would have won that vote,
they might not be sitting in the clink right now. She looked, you know, I've met the Rekietas in public many times, and you know, at some events, stuff like that, and she definitely has seen better days. She didn't look very good.
I will tell you this. I will tell you this. Both April and her in those mugshots, and the last time I saw Kayla was probably 3 weeks ago. Last time I saw April probably 6-7 weeks ago. And I will tell you this. I don't recognize either of them in those pictures.
Yeah, it was not a good look. It was not a good look. Actually, Nick looked better than he'd looked in a while, though.
I thought the same thing. But did he? Can I ask you something? Did he have to wear the Hedonism 2 fucking tank top? Man.
You know, I saw potentially criminal Sean, the law tuber. He's going to be on the kill stream later today, by the way, cheap plug, talking about this stuff. And he made the same comment. Did he actually have to have the Hedonism 2 tank top on? I mean, I guess that just, it's poetry, right? I don't know. I don't know what else to say about that, except that I do see Cog, Jonathan Harrison in chat, and he's a guy who's been accused of being a pedophile by 2 of his brothers on my show.
Well, you guys are pals.
Yeah, we're good buddies. 2 of his brothers came on my show, actually, in the last 2 months and accused him of being a pedophile and fucking a 14-year-old girl.
Why is everybody on my show today somehow tying everything back to pedophilia?
Well, I don't know. You'll have to ask him because he's the pedophile.
It's a guy. I have no idea if anyone's a pedophile. I have no information about this. This is, ladies and gentlemen, Ethan Ralph.
Well, I mean, his brothers say that he's a pedophile.
Okay, there you go. You can say his brothers have accused him.
Yeah, his brothers accused him of being a pedophile on my show. Two of his brothers. So he's a little bit bitter about that. All right. And so he stalked me day after day. But what are your thoughts about, you know, your plans for moving on and getting past all this? Because I'm sure you don't want to do, you know, weeks and months of shows about this.
No, I don't. I thought about that last night. I was like, how long do I really want to talk about this? Because, you know, I'm only human, and I understand that a lot of people want to hear my take on this stuff and all that. But, like, I also do want to, you know, you can't do this forever, and I'm going to run out of things to say. There's
only so much.
Right. I will say I'm holding on to a few things, and obviously Nick keeps giving more content, but I don't know. I don't know how. The answer I have for you right now, Ralph, is that I've got a lot of info in my brain and a very slow processor at this point. There's a lot on the old plate, if you will.
Now, let me ask you one of my Larry King style questions. What's your favorite moment or your most loving or memorable moment that you had with April while you were married?
I would say our last trip to Las Vegas, where we went to watch the Vikings with a bunch of our friends, and her and I going to our favorite places and just a really fucking, every aspect of the trip was perfect. It was just great. That was unfortunately, you know, it's crazy. We were married for almost 3 years and we were together for over 4. And that trip was the peak of our relationship. I mean, we were never better. And then after that, we started hanging out with our new friends, and it started.
Now, how did that happen in the first place?
We did a comedy show. We booked Chrissy Mayer, a friend of ours. And Chrissy, that was the weekend her father was murdered. So she had to pull out of the show the night before. She had asked Nick, or Nick had talked to her, and he was going to do a guest spot on the show. I was in charge of the show, so when Chrissy left, I told Nick, hey, do 10, 15 minutes. We're all going to step up and do a little extra time here since Chrissy's not here. And we hung out, and we honestly, we went drinking together. It was a great time. April and Kayla got along great, and we were both from Minnesota, so we both had children, and we're like, yeah, maybe we get the kids together sometime and all that. So that's kind of where it started. A pretty organic, pretty normal meeting, I suppose.
And I won't keep you all day. I know we're only going to do 20 minutes or so, you said, but what was the final falling out with Rekieta? You said, I don't know if you flat out said, but you intimated maybe.
No, what happened?
He told you to kill yourself, or
yeah,
you'd be better off without you.
What happened was I was talking to. God, was I talking more to Kayla or April? I can't remember. And I was with my kids, and a bunch of friends were over at my house, and April and I were having a lot of problems. So I was probably talking to Kayla. And she goes, oh, when are you coming back to hang out and all this? And I said, look, my kids are here playing with their neighborhood friends. I got family members and friends over here. I said, I just don't think it's a good place for me. And I don't think I'm going to come back. And Nick and this is late at night, Nick just starts lighting up my phone. And it is fucking invective. And unfortunately, I'd seen it before with other people and sometimes myself. I mean, just that impulse control gone, and just a fucking rush of shitty texts. And one of them was, you doughy, fat, this and that, fuck you, blah, blah, blah. And then at the end of it was, do the world a favor and K yourself. We're on YouTube, unfortunately. And yes. And my last communication I ever had with Nick Rekieta was LOL, whatever you say, addict, and then blocked him on the app we were on. And that was the end of that. So.
Nah.
I just want to say on the addict part, nailed it. No, I'm just.
Now, if they weren't having a three-way situation, which you seemingly kind of ducked that a little bit.
No, there wasn't. I will say this: there wasn't a three-way situation. I can say that.
So, but why was she at their house though? Why did she pick there to go live? Like she could have went somewhere else. Her parents' house. You mentioned
there was another place next, like close by. I don't know how much I can say, but it was and that she felt comfortable going there, and we certainly didn't want to be around each other, so that's where it went. I know Kayla had a problem with it, but it's
well, I can understand why. Now, also, Rekieta seemed to be sporting a black eye in his mugshot. Did you see that?
My theory on that, knowing them the way I do, is either the cops took him to the ground, which I don't know if that's the case, or Kayla, after the shitface stream, might have thrown something at him, might have hit him in a fight or something like that.
Maybe that was over April or something.
No, may have been over the stream.
Oh, yeah, that's true too. Yeah. And the local stream he did the night before, we went through it last night on the Kill stream, which is on Rumble, by the way. And he was off camera, which, didn't. I mean, you can do a stream off camera, but once you see the mugshot and you see the black eye, it makes more sense as to why he was off camera.
Yeah, I think either he fell down. Well, if it was before they got arrested, then yeah, either he fell down or Kayla threw something at him, I'm guessing.
Yeah. But yeah, man, that's about all the questions I had. I just want to stop in, talk to you, and we'll do some more on Tuesday. And I see Cog the pedophile in the chat. According to
it, thank you.
According to his brothers, he's a pedophile. Two of his brothers, Paul and Mike, accuse him of being a pedophile. And I see his fat Hindu wife also in the chat, who is just an absolute. I call her the Bombay Buffet Buster because she weighs about 320 pounds. And she's a disgusting, just nasty, ugly piece of trash.
I will say this, Ethan. I will say it seems like I've really entered into a healthy community.
Yeah, you've definitely gotten involved. Well, I wouldn't get involved with her. And I definitely wouldn't try to take anything off her plate because you might lose a finger or two because she doesn't miss too many meals, Aaron. I'll say that.
Ethan, can I ask you one last question?
Sure.
Where can people find the kill stream?
They can find the kill stream over on Rumble, rumble.com. Hold on, let me pull up my link to make sure I get this right. rumble.com/c/killstream live, or if you just type in Killstream on Rumble. We have 3.8K followers there, and you can find us pretty easy. I have the check mark and all that. It just says Killstream when you type it in. If you just type in Killstream in the search, and it has the little green check mark, and you can find us that way. And at the Ralph Retort on Twitter as well.
Well, thanks for coming on, man. I really do appreciate it, and I will talk to you again on Tuesday.
All right, I'll see you Tuesday. Thank you, man.
All right, take it easy. Ethan Ralph of the Kill Stream. There you go, boys and girls. I'm going to get out of here in a little bit. I'll send the link to one more person and regret it forever is what I'll do. Let me... all right. I'm going to send this link to one more person. And then I'm giving this person literally 10 minutes. Only because I seem to enjoy his company, but nobody else does. I know the gimmick. I know what he does. I'm fully aware. I've had him on a couple of times now. I'll be honest with you, he's a guilty pleasure. Everybody he's ever trolled hates his guts. I won't go on with. He's the one guy I've ever seen where people go, I won't go on with him. I won't be involved with him. This guy has not exactly been nice to me. This guy has trolled me. But at the same, I gave him the link and I don't have control over getting other people. Nope. Jess, I'm ending this particular meeting. I need to do this on Streamlabs, I think. I believe I should be sending him the link on Streamlabs and not Zoom. Aaron, everyone trolls you. I don't, I got to admit, I'm kind of a Jedi when it comes to trolls. You laugh, you move on to the next thing. I think that's why I do such a good job on MLC. Because it's words on a screen. People say words on a screen. And it's their opinion. That's what they think. And to me, fuck it. That's fine. Should we throw them on for a couple of... I don't have a ton of time. You know what? We're going to let the audience decide. That's what we're going to do. Here. We're going to put up a poll. Here we go. Ready? Jesse P.S. Post the fucking thing. God damn it. What did... Yes. No. Start. Why can't I start the poll? Must start. What in the cunt? Why can't I? The start poll is blacked out. It won't let me. Son of a bitch. What the hell? All right, one if you want... oh, well, no, we can't do that because then people can vote multiple times. Hold on 1 second. Let's get this... Come on, goddammit. There we go. Boom. All right. Jesse, there's the poll. Jesse P.S., yes or no. We're going to let you guys vote for 2 minutes. Whichever one wins, we'll have him on or we won't. By the way, how was that MLC appearance yesterday, huh? What a fucking show. I must say, Chad and I did a goddamn good job. All right, looks like we got 67-33 so far in favor of bringing on Jesse. Let's go to, there we go. We'll start getting a link ready because it looks like we're gonna, this one's gonna be a Jesse W. There we go. Jesse, if you still have the link, the StreamYard link, go ahead and pop on. Here we go. StreamYard link from before. There we go. Once Jesse's on, we'll pop him on. And then we'll get this whole thing working. There's me. And sorry about this, guys. We're coming to the end here. Well, where is it? There we go. As soon as Jesse hops in, we'll get this thing underway, and then we'll have him on for about 10 minutes, and then we'll shut.
Oh, Aaron. Oh, sorry, man. I was watching your show, but it. No offense to you, it just suddenly got so boring. I don't know what happened.
Jesse is not on video today, so we'll just have him on this way.
It's fine. Coming on video on this show is like a pointless endeavor. It's insane.
How are you? How are you today?
I'm good. Anything weird happening with you?
God, my life is so fucking boring lately. Holy shit, Jesse. It's just been monotonous.
You've had the most interesting thing that's happened on the internet going on for the past weeks now, really, but these past few days, crazy. No guy has ever lucked out in a divorce as hard as you've just lucked out. It's nuts.
Yeah, nobody's ever made money on their divorce quite like me.
Oh, well, there's also that. I don't agree with I don't understand the people. I'm just now talking for the first time today and I'm hearing myself. Yeah. I went pretty hard on my stream about your life last night. So my voice is strained.
I'm sure it was all really positive stuff.
It was good. And people were digging it. It was fun. We were watching you live for a while.
I'm sure you said nothing but nice things about the show last night.
I said great things about the show. We just wanted you to do your famous Jiminy Glick impression.
I saw that, you cunt.
I mean, PodAwful now is, by the way, your top donor. Bigotry is me.
Bigotry, you beat Red, so you wanted to beat Mike David.
We beat him by $1 again. That's kind of a classic. Yeah. So, yeah, Price is Right rules. But anyway, it was easy to do. Yeah, that fucking Ethan Ralph shit, though. God damn, dragged this show down.
Let me tell you this, Jesse. It's easy for you to give that kind of a contribution with that big trust fund. Do you still have your drill?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, good.
The drill wasn't new. I was just using the drill. All right, let's get that out of the way.
You're a steel toe kind of guy.
Listen, I get it. You had a lot of fun with the guy who definitely didn't have a trust fund, Ethan Ralph. The man is literally on the run in Mexico. By the way, this stream is... You asked him if he's allowed to be on YouTube. He's not. You are at risk having him on your channel.
So I should take this one down after it's done?
You shouldn't put his name in the title for sure. I think you'll be safe. The only problem is now that I'm on, here's the thing. Ethan Ralph tried to call me out and say, I get in communities and try to destroy them. The community he's talking about, by the way, is the sector. Because I destroyed the sector. That's not like a group of people. It's like a group of retards who make fun of Ethan Ralph. He should be happy that I destroyed that. And I'm going to do it to the Dabbleverse too. But this guy has the nerve to say that.
Jesse, I've told people this before. And this isn't an insult. This is, if anything, a compliment. You can't destroy anything. You make these people destroy themselves.
Well, that's the same thing. I mean, I'm the arbiter. Listen,
but they make the error. You push the issue and they make the error. Like, there's no reason that the people you go after can't just react this way.
That's true. It's 100. Yeah, but I know that going in. So I know that they won't. But listen, I don't know if you've seen this. You've been a busy guy here lately.
What?
But yeah, a little bit. But a lot of people I've seen have actually called me sort of the herald of destruction. I showed up on this show and it's been an absolute fucking crazy roller coaster nightmare ever since. And whether or not I had something to do with that or not is up to the viewer, but it's obvious that there was some sort of dear God magic going on there.
Were you in? Hey, wait a minute. Were you in Spicer, Minnesota yesterday at a police station by chance?
I'm in Minnesota, right? I'm actually on my way to your place. I'm coming over to visit. I'm
so excited.
No, I'm serious. I am I want to say 10 minutes away, maybe a little less. I'm very close.
Well, I'm a boring white Midwestern guy, so you're going to have to go golfing or something.
I would love to go golfing with you. I'd love to. You seem like you're like one of the most fascinating people on the internet. The entire internet is abuzz about your life, and it's a true a rising. What is this saying? A rising tide,
a rising tide lifting all boats,
lifting all ships. Yeah, exactly. I told you when I was on here last time. There's an entire economy around you. And you have now seen that in action. It's nuts. I mean, even Ethan said he made $1,000 last night, which obviously a good portion of that was him doing fake donos. That's something he does. But the fact is,
I don't even want to say what I made in an hour last night.
Oh, it's crazy. I know how much you made. A lot of it was me.
And that's true. And like yesterday on MLC, I got a cut of that. I don't even want to say how much that was. It's been it's been fucking insane.
You should say it though. Fuck them. Say it.
It was a 4-figure number that I made.
Was it really?
Yes.
That's pretty good. I was not expecting that.
I made more last night on my own channel.
But just so you understand, I really am not fucking around with you. Of the 3 people who've appeared on this episode alongside you here, I am, even though I like sort of ribbing you to your face, I have no ill will toward you, and I do actually like you. Like Ethan came on here to ask you if you were a cuck, basically. That's what he was attempting to do. And while I like to say that, he was doing that for his show. He's going to play that on his show, or he was live over there hoping he could make $1 off of the fake Rumble views. And I want you to know that as your friend and as the soon-to-be new permanent co-host of Steel Toe, and as your third forever mommy, I have
a question. Where did the forever mommy thing come from? Is that something she said?
That's from when you guys did the episode about.
Hey, buddy, I gotta go. I think somebody's fucking with me. I just got to knock at the door.
Can you stay live? Can we find out what happens?
I'll be right back.
Stay live. Yeah, I'll hang out. So anyway, just to be clear, I assume you guys can still hear me.
I'm muting you. Hold on. I fucking hate Jesse. Hold on. I'm going to unmute him here in a second. Hey, buddy.
Do you know how much I love watching your chat going, ha, Jesse punked because I got muted? Look at this. Watch this, losers in chat.
Hey, first of all, I am not taking this as anything but a lovely gift.
It is. It 100%.
Yes, I got fucking coleslaw. I'm pumped.
I told you I was 10 minutes away. This is perfectly timed, man. Oh. Perfectly timed. Look at that.
And you know what?
Oh, yeah.
Can I tell you, you are a true friend because you know I love Lunds and Byerly's.
I saw that on the list on DoorDash and I went, that's going to be his place. I can tell. It really was. I had Target as an option. I had other places.
Lunds and Byerly's
this is the local.
Spot. Yeah.
This is the spot. I could tell. I got the nice one. I got the big tub.
Delicious coleslaw.
You've been saying you love coleslaw. We got the address now. I had to make it happen.
You know who loves Lunds and Byerly's coleslaw? And maybe I should bring it. I don't know if they'll let me sneak it in. April.
Oh, really? Yeah. If you could maybe put it inside of a cake.
Yeah. We'll smuggle some coleslaw in.
Anyway, Cope and Seeth chat, you got fucked. Every single one of you saying, haha, Jesse felt it. He got muted. That was me doing that. So congrats. Anyway, let me ask you something. I want to ask something real quick. I'm not done with the coleslaw yet. Let me ask you. Go ahead.
Why do people take this as like an insult?
I don't know.
Coleslaw I love coleslaw.
Isn't it bizarre? This is what Mersh like loses his mind. Like he wants to kill himself because of this, of a delicious treat.
It's so good, you guys.
You're welcome. You're going to need that energy for the, what is it, a recital today or graduation?
Preschool graduation.
Yeah. And we congratulate your daughter. Is it your daughter?
Yes, my daughter, yeah.
We congratulate your daughter on that. That is something that Ralph will never be at his child's preschool graduation. He doesn't even live in the same country.
She overcame the irresponsibility and corruption of Nick Rekieta to graduate from preschool. She's a trooper.
Hey, she's been through a lot, and we salute her, and we wish her well. We wish the Rekieta kids well.
Hey, no, in all seriousness, and I actually know you're being genuine on that. Those kids, man, they're fucking really good kids. And they're safe right now. They're doing okay. I talked to a family member. They're doing okay. As okay as you can. And honestly, I've said this is the best thing for not only the kids, but the people who got arrested yesterday, too. This is the best thing that could have happened.
100%. And I hope they get the chair. I hope they get I hope they get 1,000 years behind bars, just so that, to teach them the lesson and to get them dry, dry them out, get them sobered up. They're going to need it. So, bring out the gallows, make it happen. These are real criminals, these people. Can I ask you this? I wasn't actually going to ask anything about it because I don't actually give a fuck. But there is one curiosity I have, which is, do you think
I don't.
Kayla, do you think Kayla actually is involved, or was she just arrested because she was there? That was my one thing I couldn't figure out.
Well, it depends on what you mean by involved.
You know what I mean? Like, was she actively participating in the use of the drugs that they were arrested for? Or is she arrested because she's in the house and allowing it and there's kids and all that kind of stuff?
Well, I don't think they caught anybody physically doing it while they were there. I think if you're in the house and you're one of the adults and you possess it, you're guilty. If they all had it on them, then yeah, they're fucked. But if they found it in the house, I don't know. I was thinking about this yesterday. I'm like, couldn't April go, well, it's not my primary residence on my driver's license, so therefore, if you just found it in the house, I should be free to go.
Well, they must have found her face down in it then. She had to have been using it when they came barreling through the door.
Because if you're visiting someone's house and those people have cocaine in their house, you can't be...
They would arrest you. You would be arrested if you were just a visitor at someone's house and that happened. But that would be quickly processed.
Dude, I would fucking throw them under the bus so hard and be like, no, I was just visiting, hanging out. This is my primary address. See you later.
Yeah, 100%. But I'm shocked they didn't do that to Ape. I'm sure the only Nick thing said, oh, it's hers.
The only thing about that is that here's the problem. Yeah. I didn't think of this until just now. It's the coleslaw. It's got my brain working. I didn't think about this. If she does try to pull that defense and they say, all right, well, but you're remanded to home until your next court appearance, you know where they're going to fucking send her.
Back to your house?
Fucking hell.
Well, then what happens, though, if I bail her out tomorrow?
Well, you won't be able to bail her out till Tuesday.
Man, you got to wait that long?
Well, Memorial Day weekend, and they're not on the docket. Yeah, they're not on the docket today.
Damn, that sucks. I got arrested a couple times in New York, and there you're not supposed to be held for any longer than 24 hours. It's it's completely against the law. They held me for 27 one time, and I think they realized they fucked up so bad that they literally just were like, go. go home. And there was nothing. There was no paperwork. They just let me out.
And that's how you beat the sexual assault charge?
Yeah, that was actually a terrorism charge.
Oh, really?
Yes, 100%. Yeah, YouTube accused me of terroristic threats.
I tell you what, I know the 24 hours or 48 hours thing, that's without charges, but they've got charges. I mean, they can hold them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, because I didn't have charges then. They said they were going to charge me with terroristic threats, but I
could just see Nick preaching to the other fucking druggies in jail right now going, I'm actually a lawyer and they can't do this totally. So I think I could get out on a technicality because what they should do in Plessy versus fucking N-word is that they said that it's Nick. So it's Nick. So I have to throw a race joke in there. Mm-hmm. I think they could I should be let out on a technicality. Like Nick, in my experience, when confronted with any of his actual problems, is very good at explaining away and deflecting. And I really hope this was the wake-up call. I really hope, because he did a locals audio-only stream because he had a black guy. He got beat up by somebody. He had that black guy before the cops came. Yeah. That was confirmed. I'm thinking Kayla chucked something at him. That's my opinion.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But but he was on that local stream after the disaster stream from Monday, and it was audio only. And he said, "Oh, I'm not an alcoholic. That would be great if that was my problem." It's like, dude, bro, you're going to go with not an alcoholic still,
right?
So yeah, I'll say this: really April has family that will definitely. I mean, she's an old country girl. They'll pull her ass out of there with a fucking.
I really didn't know that you were going to continue that sentence. I thought it was going to stop. She's before the girl.
Yeah, well, she's going through a tough time. I'll give her a break.
She's an old so-and-so.
She's an old cunt, and she... no, she's an old country girl, and her parents might show up with a fucking shotgun going, you're coming back home. So I think this might be enough to maybe get her the fuck out of there. But, God, I don't want to see the other two go into a codependent loop.
I think you should rekindle everything and try again. Give it a second shot. Why not?
Wait, with Kayla? No, I'm kidding. I'm fucking kidding. That was a joke.
I meant with Nick.
I didn't see that coming.
Nick Rekieta and I are fucking each other.
You motherfucker.
Yeah, you said a lot of crazy shit, man.
I just like to say I'm fucking Nick Rekieta in the ass.
At least I'm a top on your stream deck there.
Yeah,
I suck fucking cock all the time.
See, now I would like you to take that one.
You're a slop top, I guess.
I'm getting divorced and April's dead or April's not in the house.
I mean, one of those.
You've had a wild few weeks, man. I mean, it's really what a crazy time.
But you know what, Jesse? The thing is, I may have had a crazy few weeks, but it all ended with coleslaw on Memorial Day Friday. So what could really be the problem?
This is just a nice time. This is a relaxing thing. Your beautiful daughter is going to graduate preschool. No. Your beautiful ex-wife is going to graduate jail. Do you think? Here's the thing. I've been picturing Nick. You were mentioning Nick like in jail, telling the other inmates like, actually, I'm a lawyer. And I had been picturing that exact same thing. Him like some black dude in there being like, "What you in for, a white boy?" And him being like, "Well, actually, I'm a lawyer." And they're like, "You're a what?" Just smacking him in the head. But how likely all right, let's say they throw the book at Nick, which I hope they do. He's a disgusting person and he deserves the worst. Let's say they decide to make an example out of strip mall lawyer Nick, blackface lawyer Nick. Nick tells the black guy in the jail cell, he's like, "Why don't you Google me? I'm a lawyer." He Googles him. He sees the blackface picture. Let's say they make an example out of him. How likely is it for Nick to go trans to go to the women's jail? Because I've seen him do that e-girl stream in the short shorts. He shows off the butt. He loves licking you. He keeps licking you.
I didn't realize people posted pictures. I didn't realize how much he licked me.
Yeah, that was me posting those pictures. But yeah.
Yeah, he fucking loved licking my face. Is odd.
What do you think? Do you know what it was?
You know what happened, Jesse? Can I give you an explanation as to why he licked my face so much?
Mm-hmm.
I always kept Molly on my cheeks. Boo.
So I'm gonna go ahead and do this one a third time just for the chat out there. Do you wish you had a hot tub time machine?
I saw that the first time.
Wait, did you see it the first time before I super chatted it too?
No.
Yeah, I typed it and I went, this is too important. I need him to say this out loud. So I super chatted it as well. And now I'm asking a third time here in person.
Do I wish I had a hot tub time machine? Before I got this coleslaw, I would have said yes. But now that this coleslaw is here, I feel like this was all serendipitous.
Well, we're coleslaw buddies. How would you feel about slipping into a hot tub with me and my wife, seeing where things take us?
You know, Jesse, I've been hurt before. And I don't think I'm ready.
Seem like it.
I don't think
it really doesn't seem like you have. It kind of seems like things are better off.
People keep telling me that. And as I sit here eating coleslaw, raking in super chats for talking shit about my ex-friend, I maybe see their point.
Listen, I think people are enjoying the new Aaron, Aaron Unchained, they're calling you. And they're loving the new the freedom you have to say stuff like, "You want some coleslaw, you big-titted fags?" That seems appropriate right now. So it's a whole new steel toe. And ladies and gentlemen, listen, for 2-3 years, people were saying terrible stuff about you and Abe. They were making shit up. And then the shit they made up became true. and it's been, what a wild journey that's been to see. And they love making fun of you. I don't know if you know this. They say another win for Steel Toe.
Yes, I've heard that. They don't. Well, the people who troll me don't like that. I won't like cry in front of them or like break down and go, "Oh,
you have cried a few times."
Well, yeah, talking about my personal life. No, I mean like for them. Like they want me to like go, "Oh yeah, I'm getting to them," and blah blah. It's kind of what you said about how I deal with trolls. I think that kind of frustrates them, and so they go, "Oh, you just think you're winning?" I'm like, "No, I'm just not giving you what you want." Like
this has been an absolute steel toe dub all the way through. Fucking, what do you got right now? 1,300 people watching. Yeah. Yesterday you had fucking 1,700 or something watching until you did the Jiminy Glick impression, and then people started tuning out.
Hey,
why do you think that is exactly, Aaron?
Hey, what? Thanks for the coleslaw, cunt. I appreciate it. That's really nice of you.
Come on, let's read some super chats and get out of here. I'll stick around while you read the super chats. Let's do it.
All right, let's read some super. I have a feeling Jesse's read these super chats. That's why he's so anxious.
I honestly I can't even see them on my screen.
All right, let's see. Oh boy, where the fuck did I leave off? Here we go.
Uh-oh.
Arclight with $10 says, "Way to platform all the internet dregs, Aaron, kind of burning any goodwill you might have built up. I'm just having fun talking to some people. That's all."
Shout out to the dregs of society. Yeah, watch out for Ethan. He does report YouTube channels. He'll be upset about this.
Skipped with $4.99 says, Ralph, did Nick Rekieta tell you that it's legal to snort coke while carrying guns? Cabernet with $2. Ralph won't fall for your Semitic tricks. Oy vey. Metro.
He couldn't keep his eyes off a chat. He was staring at me the whole time he's talking to you.
That always annoys me when I'm whether it's a co-host or a guest and they got their eyes in chat. I'm like, who gives a fuck? We're talking.
Dude, like 10 years ago on my show, I used to have guests in studio all the time, and they'd be comedians, and they're so self-absorbed. I had to put up a sign in front of their microphone, like hidden in front of the camera, that said, "Don't look at the chat."
Right.
Stop it. You're on camera. Stop reading. They will just sit there and read the chat. They don't know how to go back and forth through it. Anyway, what's the next super chat?
I don't know. Fucking idiot. $4.99 for Metro Shrewman, BBL Jesse. Dabbleversity with $5 says, "Aaron, win by 2 is live. Any chance of sending him the link?" No, I got to leave the house in about 45 minutes. Some guy who does a show, and it's kind of cute. April's wore out gum glove with $2 says, if you bail me out today, I'll let you use me as your F sleeve.
Wow. I take her up on that.
I don't, to quote the man you look exactly like, I don't have a girlfriend. I just have a girl who would get really mad if she heard me say that. Boo Word with $9.99 says, earlier you asked promoting AANA. It's totally fine to recommend or promote the group and what it does for people.
I find that sickening.
Just can't reveal who you meet or what they say. Keep coming back. It works. Jesse does not.
Hang on a second.
You.
I don't know what this is about. They've got an AA and then they have an NA. So like narcotics. A separate AA for black people.
Oh, yeah, that's the one Nick's going to go to. Dorby with $4.99 says, won't they get diversion via drug court? What are local courts like? How big of a stash did Nick typically hold? I don't know if I need to pile on with that.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get that. How big would it typically be?
I don't. Well, you got to remember, I don't really know how big.
But what you saw with your own eyes, because you're going to have to testify as a witness to all of this against him.
It was a fair amount.
I mean, people want to know just because that will determine how severe the charges are.
I just it depends on how much they had left.
Yeah.
Maybe they're really good at doing drugs.
And then, the thing is, I don't know if people are talking about this. It was a type 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
That also includes the sale of narcotics and illegal substances. So it might be that. Yeah, it does. If you look it up, it does include the sale, which means that it's very possible that Kayla, Nick, and Ape were actually manufacturing and selling cocaine. I don't
want to start anything. I will say this, and again,
I'm just saying it's possible.
I can only say as what I like. Everything I say is what I've seen, what I've experienced. I have never seen them sell drugs at all, ever.
Okay, well, just in case, people were saying that if they were selling it, that you could call Lady Rackets Lady Drug Racket.
I saw that on Twitter yesterday. Probably you again.
It was me.
Yeah. But yeah, I saw that one. Frastus Theo with $5 says, thank God you brought Jesse on after that sunglasses guy put us all to sleep. I will agree with this last part. You and Jesse have great chemistry. Yeah, we do. Jesse does a good job on here.
I'm going to be an amazing permanent co-host. Sorry, Johnny.
Are you going to slowly try to psychologically break Johnny down?
No, I love Johnny. I love Johnny. I love Matt. I love, I watched Gino yesterday. I'd never really seen him on the show before. I love Gino. Am I leaving anyone out?
You got to love Keanu.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe okay. I left someone out for a reason.
Oh, shit. No, I thought you were a Matador.
I'm a huge Matador. Yeah. We adore Matt. We love him. Matt, what I would love to do is co-host. I'd love to third chair on a Matt Aaron episode.
He doesn't know you. So I don't have the heart to explain it to him. He's so fucking tickled that Matador thing is a deal. He thinks that's just the greatest.
Bring me on. He's going to love it.
I haven't told him. I go, yeah, the guy that gave that to you is a complete cunt.
I'm an old cunt, though. Yeah, an old
cunt. You're right. I did say it like an 1800s prospector. I was like, April's an old cunt, and she'll be in that jail. Jack Cat with $5 comments on Mersh's Krang. Jack Cat with another 5. Happy to be.
Hang on. What are your comments on Mersh's Krang?
Well, there's multiple Krangs. I'm not done with the Krang chats. Jack Cat with $5. Happy to be here. There you go. Jack Cat with $5. Mersh has a Krang type entity operating him like a mech suit. The Krang is his midsection /gunt.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
Mersh is an oddly shaped gentleman.
It's something about him, right?
It's weird. I don't know how your stomach gets that way.
Yeah. I was postulating last night on my show that in much the same way that Mersh is controlled by his Krang, that in fact you are just some sort of hollow husk that is purely operated through webs by the tarantula on your head.
You're a good friend.
Yes.
You're a good friend. God's Node with $5 says, Aaron Unchained. Yes, of course. Hulkamash Baby with $4.99 says, I bury sad ages going through this and angry that she railed against drugs and now she's seen them run lives, but then dove into drugs. I think I know what you're trying to say, and yes.
I agree with exactly the way you spelled it.
Yeah, thank you. Did you, if you saw my Jiminy Glick, I'm sure you saw my amazing Jimmy Stewart.
I saw all of the impressions you've heard other guys do and then did. Every single one. Macho Man, Jesse Ventura, every one of them. Yoda. I think I heard
I didn't do Yoda. Fuck you. I didn't do Yoda. That was your fans trying. Your fans were trying to get me to do Yoda.
Wait, somebody super chatted you to do Yoda?
Yeah. Oh,
well, then you gotta do Yoda for. Come on, give me.
I have a rule about super chats. I will do anything in the super chat unless I suspect Jesse has something to do with it.
I noticed that, and then people are going to start refunding their super chats. To the guy who suggested Yoda, get that refunded, okay? Aaron said that's okay.
Nicholas, last name her, with $5 says, why did the guy in the Keno Casino hat run away from Jesse? Could have been good content.
The Keno Casino hat.
I don't know why people won't just talk to you.
Yeah, well, I had Ethan host my show for me. Do you know that?
I didn't know that.
I had back before I lost my last YouTube channel. Ethan hosted my show for me. And then mysteriously, my YouTube channel disappeared. And it was the worst episode of my show that's ever existed. You think he was boring on your show?
I didn't say that. You said that.
Well, everyone said it. In fact, could we do this? You ran a poll to see if I should even come up here, which by the way, is very insulting to me. I know I'm going to win the poll, but still.
You know what? I feel terrible that I've hurt you.
Could you run a poll right now asking if people enjoyed the Ralph segment of this stream? I think that's fair.
Yeah, you know what? I'll run a poll after you just said he reports channels. Yeah, you know what I want to do? I want to tempt him.
I think that tells you everything you know. Guys, one in the chat if Ralph sucked.
Dorby with $4.99 says intent to distribute is the phrase you're looking for. I look forward to Nick's. I just have a massive habit. Look at my nose. Defense. I don't know. It's again, I'm an optimistic guy, and I'm hoping that something really good comes out of this and all three of them get some help. Jesse, of course, hopes they all get the chair.
Yeah. By the way, one's in chat like crazy. So
I'm still on the super chat tab. Let's see.
That's all right. I'm monitoring the situation. Yeah, Patriots stand by.
There's one or two ones.
Yeah.
A couple of ones in here. All right, buddy. I got to take off. I got to get ready to leave in a little bit here and go to the big graduation.
All right. I appreciate you having me on to clean up after Ralph and, give my love to your little one. It's a great day. She's graduated preschool. Yeah. She knows all the colors now, all the shapes.
Yeah, I'm sure
the sound the cow makes, all the important stuff.
The preschool will be loaded up with coleslaw by the end of the fucking ceremony.
No, I would never do anything like that. That's crazy. If anything like that ever happens to you, it wasn't me.
By the way, thank you for the coleslaw. By the way, I'm going to finish that later.
Of course. Right. Beautiful, beautiful slaw, everybody. Yes. And Mersh terrified of slaw. Isn't that so retarded?
He's not a big fan of coleslaw, no.
He's a disgusting, sloppy, cross-eyed retard. All right, Aaron, see ya.
See you later, Jesse. Jesse P.S. of PodAwful on the program. $4.99 says, please read Nick's last text message to you in Yoda's voice. Ralph's appearance sucked. No. Nicole Wells says Nick's left. I don't know what we're yelling about!
Support the show. Join the Pizza Fund. PodAwful.pizza.
Pizza.
PodAwful.pizza.